Hello and welcome back to Maeve Reads Books. So today I'm reviewing a book that I might have reviewed before, and it's by Robin Stephens, who, if you know me, you know it's an author that I'm literally obsessed with, especially at the moment. And I was rereading this book because I saw it in the library and I hadn't read it in ages. And it's called The Ministry of Unladylike Activity. So you might have heard of Robin Stephens because she's a very popular murder mystery series called Murder Most Unladylike. I have 2 reviews of that, of the first book and the second book, and I think I might have one of the third book as well, but I'm not sure. And I actually really love this one. So if you've read the whole series, you know, in A Spoonful of Murder, I think, you meet Hazel's little sister May, and then I think in Death Set Sails you get to see her again, and she's sort of more Daisy than Hazel. Sometimes I nearly said Daisel there. Oh my gosh. She's sort of, because she's very like confident and loud, and but not in the way Daisy is. She's more just like screaming and jumping around. She can't ever be quiet and sneaky. I kind of like Daisy better, and I do like Murder Most Unladylike better because there's more Daisy in this. But in this book, like the new characters, basically, like May isn't actually new, but she's my favorite character in this book still. So it's basically about a girl called May, and I kind of have to explain a little bit about Murder Most Unladylike for you to get this. So her older sister, who's around 9 years older than her, Hazel, when she was kind of like a teenager, like young, like around like 15 kind of, and under like 13 to around like 16, I'd say, there was a series about her, and she was from Hong Kong around a few years before World War II, and she went to school in England. She's from Hong Kong, but she went to school in England where she met an English girl called Daisy Wells, who, bit of a character, let's say. I don't want to spoil much for you, but basically they both encountered in, like, when they were around 12 or 13, there's a death at their school that only Hazel sees. She doesn't see it actually happening, but she finds his dead body. When she returns to it, it's gone, and they're solving a murder mystery. And I just got the shivers thinking about that. That was all these books are pretty creepy as well, so I won't read them if you like get creeped out easily. But anyways, and basically they're grown up now, and it's during World War II, and May's father had to leave May and Rose, her older sister that's kind of in the middle, in England because of the war. And May does not like it. Hazel loved going to school in Deep Dean, so does Rose, but May hates it. She has no friends. And then when she finds a mysterious note in Hazel's bag, because Hazel is now a spy for the Ministry of Unladylike Activity, which is what this book is about. She decides she's going to go investigate to find a spy for the Germans in a house called... Sorry. Does it say? Elysium Hall. There. And they have to find who... And she meets a boy on the way there who also wants to be part of the Ministry of Unladylike Activity. But because they're so young, they're not allowed to be part of it. They want 13 or over, which is kind of the age Daisy and Hazel were when they both started solving mysteries. So, and they're kind of both... They're not in charge, but they're quite important members of it. Daisy isn't really featured in either of these books that much, and we need more Daisy, okay? But anyways, she meets who's got a boy called Eric Jones, or so she thinks, who is a refugee from Germany because the whole war is because Hitler doesn't like basically half the population of Germany. So they all had to leave. Hitler is like the president, kind of. And Eric is complete opposite of May. May is loud, bossy. She thinks she's better than everyone, really clever, and she is. He's quiet, he's smart as well, but but he's definitely, and he thinks things through. He's quiet, and and there they meet a girl called Fanula something or other. I don't know her surname, and I cannot be bothered. Wait, let me see. Okay, and they think she's really snobby. She's got like very, very posh British accent. They think, and she's kind of rude with them at the start because she was expecting other people, and she's like, "Who the heck are you?" And she's actually putting on that accent. She's from England, Ireland, and America, and I know she should be my favorite character because I'm from Ireland and she's from Ireland as well. Like, I think she's kind of annoying. Like, I don't really like her that much. I don't have to like her. I like May. I'm sorry. She's a nice character as well. Probably Eric's my second favorite though. Sorry guys. And Fanula or Nuala is very dramatic. She used to work in a theatre company in like, well, didn't work but travelled because her mother and father were both part of it. And when her father passed away, they moved to Elysium Hall where her mother's from. So she does not like, and she does not like it there. She's no friends, and she was expecting other evacuees that were taken away from after during different parts of the war. But then Nuala's uncle is murdered, and nobody knows who did it. They all think it's somebody who sneaked into the house, but they soon discover it's not. So they're racing against time to figure out who the spy is and who the murderer is, and then it happens again. So this book is definitely creepy. I don't recommend it for kind of like ages under 10. And also, if you're over 10 though, I definitely think you should give them a try, because these books, especially Murder Most Unladylike, which you've probably heard of, oh my gosh, they're so good. I'm literally obsessed with these books, especially right now, because you can kind of read them. I'm reading one of them for like the 4th time. I'm not joking. My favorite character in Murder Most Unladylike is probably like Daisy or something, but she isn't really in these books that much. If she was in more, she would definitely be my favorite character. My favorite line is, I want to say it though because it's kind of a spoiler, but also there's a second one that I've read. I will do a review of that because I'm literally, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with all these books. So definitely look out for these because they're kind of in a lot of bookshops because they're still quite new, and they're also the spin-off series of a very popular series. You can also find that series in a lot of bookshops as well, but especially with bigger ones like Eason's and stuff, and like, but not really like things like Newsround Book Station. And what I love about these books is there's always like a guide at the end to all the tricky words because they're based kind of in the olden times sort of. So this is Nuala's Guide to Elysium Hall, and then there's always maps at the start. So this is like Elysium Hall, like all the grounds. So here's the house, the orchard, the big field, rose garden, Anderson shelter. See, like you can just see the whole thing. And then there's inside. So you can kind of see what everything happened, how everything happened. The family tree, because that got confusing. And it always starts with like a top secret case file for these ones. And then, because these are like the official like case files for the Ministry of Unladylike Activity, who are helping Britain win the war. But the other ones always starts like the start of kind of like the case notes for the Murder Most Unladylike. It's like the case notes, and it's like from the case book of Hazel Wong, age 14, 19, 39, whatever. But I love this book so much, and you should definitely give it a try. I gave pretty good review, but with murder books, they're kind of hard, and like mysteries, it's kind of hard to not spoil it for, because because lots of things are happening and they keep making like new discoveries in the case. Like the murder happens around here, I'd say, and then from then on, it just like quick, and also you will be shocked by who the murderer is, and you probably won't be shocked by who the spy is, because like there's only like 3 options. Also, there's lots of like kind of ghosts and stuff in this. Not real ghosts, because it's a logical book. But Anyways, I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to end up talking about other books or spoiling this one. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week on Maeve Reads Books. Bye. Wait. I'll be doing a Halloween review, hopefully. Next week, maybe something like Doll Bones or Skullduggery Pleasant. Last year, I did The Cave of the Cats by Anne-Marie Murray, so you can definitely check that out because I was in like costume there. I hope to do another review, kind of Halloween review, someday, like not soon, but like I kind of want to do it. It'll be kind of harder to do it this year because Halloween is not on like a day before the day I post. It's on a Friday this year. But anyways, no excuses. I'm going to try and do a Halloween book review because that was so fun, and I got kind of a lot of reviews around Halloween. So, not reviews, views. Anyways, thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week on Maeve Reads Books.